Welcome everybody. Can everybody hear me? Please write in chat. Perfect. My name is DINA Cristian. I will be the moderator for today's event. Today's event is the 5th dissemination event of the Women in Business project. Today's event will be recorded and then uploaded on the Women in Business YouTube channel. A few words about us. I am a representative of the Employers Association of Small and Medium Enterprises of Constanta. We are a representative association that fosters entrepreneurship in the Constanta region. We provide specialized resources and services for our members in order to start their own business and to further develop their business. This is today's agenda. In a few short moments, I will give our president of the association, Mr. Iulian, the word for a welcome speech, and then afterwards we will continue with our presentation. Without further ado, this is Mr. Iulian.
Okay. It's okay now? Good morning, everybody. Saude? Bună dimineața, Bianca, bună dimineața, doamna Rotaru, bună dimineața, dragilor. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ladies. First of all, I want to wish Happy New Year to you all. Let's hope it will be a better one than the previous. I hope. So we can start our meeting. First of all, for those who don't know me, my name is Iulian, the president of Employers Association of Small and Medium Enterprises of Constanta, and we are the hosts of today's dissemination event. We hope that the impact of the global pandemic has been tolerable for everyone, with much awareness gained and many beneficial changes. I hope 2022 be a better year than 2020 for all of us. Well, the activities that we are involved in, may we be optimistic, may we successful rise above the changes that are ahead of us, and may we be ready for growth this year. Regarding the Women in Business project, we hope that as many young women entrepreneurs, as well as future women entrepreneurs as possible, benefit from the proposed results of the project, regardless of the difficulties produced by the COVID pandemic that have changed the way we activities are carried out. The purpose of today's event is to create a framework in which specific aspects of female entrepreneurship, good practices in business development, and public policies fostering female entrepreneurship can be discussed. Before I give the word to my colleague Cristian, to give a short presentation of the project, I would like to thank you, all of the speakers, for their support as well as their dedication towards fostering female entrepreneurship, all of our project partners for the good collaboration that has been developed in implementing the project. Last but not least, I would like to thank you, all the participants that are with us today. Thank you, everyone. And now I invite my colleague Cristian, DINA to tell you some words about the project. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. GROPOFILЫN. Thank you, everyone, again. A few words about the Women in Business project. The main purpose of the Women in Business project is to foster female entrepreneurship in the Danube region, especially young women entrepreneurship. The project is implemented by 14 partners from 9 Danube regions, consisting of public and private organizations and universities. And the main activities of the project is divided in 4 special activities categories: the study of current state, gaps and opportunities of female entrepreneurs, EU policy support, and the creation of women entrepreneurship centers. The first 2 categories have already been achieved. We are currently working on the 3rd and 4th aspects of the project. More details of the project will be seen, can be found on the Women in Business project website. Now, we will start now with the presentations of our speakers. Before I give the word to our speakers, after each presentation, we will have 2 to 3 minutes for questions if necessary. If more questions will arise, there's a special discussion and question section at the end of the event. Without further ado, I will give the word to our speaker and partner, Bianca TUDOR. Bianca, you are already a co-host. You can unmute and share your screen.
Great, thank you so much. First of all, please let me know
microphone, Bianca.
If you can hear me well.
Bianca, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you?
Unmute the microphone first.
I have unmuted the microphone. Can you hear me?
Fortunately, I can hear. Can anybody else hear her?
Can you hear me?
Perfect. So it means that I can't hear it.
Ah, okay. So only you, Cristian, you cannot hear me.
Okay, problem solved.
Okay, great. So good morning, and thank you so much for the invitation. I admire and I honor your efforts at the organization in Constanta. Okay, Oana, thank you so much. I was speaking all alone. Okay. Oh, great. As well, I would like to say that I'm so happy to see so many great women in the panel today. So it will be a great event. A few words about me. I am Bianca TUDOR. I am an entrepreneur and the founder of Elite Business Women International Organization for Women Entrepreneurs. And everyone asked me if I am a feminist. I receive so often this question, and sometimes people look a little bit strange about my activity. And I just want to say that my mission is to grow the number of women entrepreneurs at a global level. And it's a big mission, and it sounds a little bit crazy, but imagine that we have some numbers. 51% of the global population is represented by women. Women are graduating higher education in a percentage bigger than men, but the largest unemployment rate is among women. So imagine if we could bring this potential, who is human potential, it's educated, but it's not used at its proper, let's say, level. We can bring all these educated women into entrepreneurship. And the next economic power of the world will not be India or China, but women involvement in the economy as entrepreneurs. Another reason for which it is amazing to invest in women entrepreneurs is imagine that when we invest in women, they invest back in their communities, in their societies. They invest in their families, in the education of their children. So when women thrive, the world thrives. I know sounds like great words and big words, but if you look around, I would say that mostly women are volunteers in a lot of projects. I was and I am a volunteer, even though I work 20 hours per day. I'm a volunteer in other organizations and in other projects besides my project, my own project. So there are a lot of reasons for which we can invest in women entrepreneurs. And that's let's say, the amendment I have to, to say at the beginning. In regards to my activity, I will just take 3 minutes of your time. Elite Business Women is a company providing entrepreneurial education for women in business. We started in 2015 in Romania, in Bucharest. We have 3 main pillars of activity at the moment. The first one is education and creating an ecosystem to educate and empower women entrepreneurs. How do we do that? Is that we've been creating elite business clubs in the main cities in Romania, afterwards in Europe, and now we are expanding in Asia as well, in the Gulf countries. We create workshops, trainings, mastermind sessions, as well big conferences and summits for women entrepreneurs, in which we bring education as the main component of our activity. The second pillar of activity is regarding to funding. Of course, entrepreneurs talk a lot about money and the fact that they need funds to grow their business. And I am an entrepreneur, and I have to say that I agree with that. So at EBW, we have a pillar, Elite Business Women Investment Fund, in which we have partnerships with, for example, World Business Angels Investment Forum and other big forums with investors. So what we do is that we help our SMEs in the network to have access to investors, VC funds, investment forums. In February, we are representing Romania at the Global Forum, at World Business Angels Investment Forum, and we have some companies from Romania applying. Of course, you know, the fish is there, you have to fish as well. So I hope a lot of companies will start building trust in applying for funds, because you cannot build a business just only by working. Hard work is not the only way to build a business and to expand the business, and to have people in your team. You have to have funds to pay them, for example. And this is the second pillar of activity. We started it last year, so it's really young, and I have big plans for it. So in October this year, 2021, we will have an investor summit in Dubai, bringing Europe and the Gulf countries in the same place, bringing companies and investors in the same place. And I hope I will have your support as well. I would love to collaborate with all of you. And the third pillar of activity, it is global collaboration. Well, I don't know, maybe I'm a romantic person, but I believe that there is strength in unity. I believe that when people collaborate, the societies are thriving. And I've seen that in our ecosystem, we have, by the way, we have more than 12,000 companies in the network from Romania, Europe, and Asia. All companies attending our events, workshops, as well, some of them being our members. So we have implemented this, let's say, core value at EBW regarding global collaboration. Let's collaborate more, let's help each other more, and you will see that if I have, for example, an apple, I love to eat apples in the morning. If I have an apple and you have an apple and we exchange apples, at the end of the day, we will have each other just one apple. But if I have one idea and you have one idea, and Mr. GROPOFILЫN has one idea, and Cristian has one idea, and Mihaela has one idea, at the end of the day, I will not just have my idea, but I exchanged ideas with a lot of people. So at the end of the day, I will have, I don't know, 10 ideas, 100 ideas, or 100 business opportunities, partnerships for my business. Yeah, so global collaboration. How do we implement global collaboration? During the pandemics, I said, okay, what I can do, we used to have more than 100, 150 events per year. So at every 2 or 3 days, I was in another event in another city or country. And in March, when we had to stay home, I said, so what am I going to do now? So I started the EU GCC. GCC is the Gulf region. EU GCC Women's Collaborations Group, in which I started to connect Europe as mostly the entrepreneurs and businesses and organizations from Europe with organizations from the Gulf countries. And I started to implement partnerships, and we are collaborating with Lebanon, with a women organization, Women Leaders Council in Lebanon. We are collaborating with Saudi Arabia's Universities for Entrepreneurs. We are collaborating with Dubai, and we launched Elite Business Club in Bahrain, online, everything online. So don't underestimate the power of the online and the fact that we are a global world. We are not Romania. We are part of of such a big world out there, and we can just reach so many people and opportunities using online. So in the EU GCC, we started connecting organizations, people, and businesses from Europe with the Gulf countries, and we will continue to do so. So I will gladly join you in your activities as well, and I will invite you in our groups if you have any interest of business or, let's say, education with the Gulf countries or with Europe. So this is EBW. We are continuing our activity, and I'm sure that we will have a lot of partnerships after this event as well. Now I will go to the topic I have today, speaking about challenges that women entrepreneurs face in their activity. Well, first of all, I don't think that women and men have different challenges in business. Running a business is the same. There is, let's say, a particular thing regarding the time. Women have more roles in their lives. They attend their families. They help their friends, their communities. So they have more roles and more responsibilities. So sometimes the time they have to invest in a business, it's far less than, let's say, their counterparts. But yeah, time management maybe is a key, and negotiating your time with your, I don't know, with your family, for example, telling to your husband, now I have 1 week to implement a project, so can you, honey, please cook for me this week? Yeah, so it's it might be a, let's say, it might be a solution. So what type of challenges did I've been seeing in women entrepreneurship? First of all, I've been working with more than, I don't know, one-to-one with more than 3,000 women, and I've seen thousands of women in our events. So I've seen their struggles. And the first of all, let me congratulate women entrepreneurs in Romania. You know, the Mastercard Index of Women Entrepreneurs analyzed the achievements of entrepreneurs in 57 countries, and Romania ranked on the 9th place. And last year it was on the 14th place. So we are growing as, let's say, the women entrepreneurship sector in Romania, and I'm really happy to see that. What is not, it is not a good news is regarding the fact that if in terms of conditions of support and opportunities for entrepreneurial development for women, Romania ranks 32nd out of 57. So we have a lot of women entrepreneurs, but we don't have a, let's say, the proper tools and instruments to help them to grow their businesses or to make it a little bit easier for them. So this is a good news. Regarding the profile of women entrepreneurs in Romania, for example, I represent Romania everywhere I go, even though I've been building an international business club, but Romania is let's say, the center of my heart. So in Romania, we have mostly 30% of entrepreneurs are women, a third. We have women of 40 to 49 years age as the first group of women entrepreneurs, as let's say, a profile regarding the age. Then we have the second group, 30 to 49 years, and the third group, 50 to 59 age of group. It is wonderful is that, for example, in EBW, I've seen women coming in our events who had maybe have been employed for all their lives, and they started a business at 50 or at 59. And I was really happy to see that. They were attending our events, and one time at the end of one conference, one lady from Brasov came to me and she said, I want to thank you because I received so much inspiration and so many good practices that now I have the courage to start a business. And if all these women in your events are doing they are building their business, for sure I can do it as well. And she started her own business, and now she has clients, and she's happy, and she's a member in our organization. And it's just one example, but is a good example to see that it is never too late to start a business, but as well you need a proper group of people around you to be able to reach this goal. Okay, so let's say that in terms of the challenges women entrepreneurs face, this is my order. It's not something that I have from a study, but the first challenge I've been seeing is the lack of a entrepreneurial education. And it's not about Romania. In many countries, it is the same issue. We have a lot of theory when we speak about entrepreneurship, but we don't have many ways to practice entrepreneurship. We don't have incubators, accelerators. We start a business and it's live, you know. It's not like you have a test and you see how it works and then you start a business. You started, it's like, you know, you are jumping into the carousel and go all the way up and down. So we need more instruments and tools to support entrepreneurs. We need to create incubators, accelerators. I would love to have in every city, in Romania, in Europe, in the world, Africa, India, wherever, a incubator for entrepreneurs in which to exchange good practices, in which to brainstorm our challenges in business, because you cannot learn from a university professor, and I respect all the professors we have. I think they are doing an amazing work, but imagine that one thing, and I'm saying that as well from my experience. I've been studying entrepreneurship in university, and I was so happy that I said, wow, now I'm going to open my business and I'm going to make so much money, and it's all like in the books. Well, it's not. It's not, and we have to be realistic about it and to have theory and practice as well. So incubators and entrepreneurial education, not only theory, we need to practice. We need to go into the companies in which they are doing a great work. They are, let's say, companies who are growing each year, and we need to ask those entrepreneurs how they are doing it, what do they use, what habits they have, what type of management style they implemented, what type of challenges do they have, what type of solutions do they have been receiving or finding to those challenges. First of all, we need education, and we need more practice than theory. And I hope I will not be upsetting anyone. I love the work we all do, but this is something that I've been encountering, and a lot of entrepreneurs are saying the same. For example, 23% of Romanians say they have participated in at least one entrepreneurial education program, but they were not satisfied about it. And they are being, let's say, they have received a lot of advices from their families, from their educators, and they are not in the business. So when you have a business, you go to your husband or wife and you ask him, what should I do in my business because I have this challenge? Well, they will want to help you, but it's not, let's say, an authority in business with all the good intentions they have. So first challenge, entrepreneurial education. Let's implement more good practices, exchange, incubators, accelerators, or just small rooms of entrepreneurs brainstorming about challenges and saying for real their challenges, because we can start with small steps. The second important challenge I know and I have as well, and women entrepreneurs have, both in EBW, in Europe, but as well in the Gulf countries, it's about the access to finance. And you know that women receive just 3% of the funds, the VC funds offers, venture funds are offering. Why? I don't know. First of all, I don't think women are not good in their businesses, but we have so many men deciding where the funds go, and it might be, let's say, an issue of the vision, the different vision we have about business, we as women and men have about businesses. So we need more women as investors, as business angels, and in the boards of the venture capital funds as well. So this is one step we can have. And the other one is to really implement more pitching competitions to help entrepreneurs and to help mostly women, for example, to build the confidence to go out there in a meeting with 10 men at the table and ask for money for their business. Maybe they are so good in what they do, but they lack the confidence to go and to pitch for their business. So access to finance, it is as well important. Another challenge, I know it is everywhere. I don't know a country in which they will say we are so happy and everything runs smoothly, is or are the public policies to support the development of entrepreneurship, and not only women entrepreneurship. Well, this is not a discussion we can have in the morning, I know, but we need to become a voice. And we can become a voice and go and negotiate and propose policies for entrepreneurs if we stand together. If we have 1,000 different organizations and we don't find a common goal and a way of communicating and drafting a proposal for our leaders, this will not help us, not me, my organization, not your organization. So what we have to do is to find a way of communicating with all the great organizations and associations and business clubs to draft a proposal and to have a voice, a powerful voice representing the business environment, and to talk with our authorities, because we need better policies for the development of entrepreneurship. And I don't talk only about women entrepreneurs, but I talk about businesses in general. We have so many funds, we can attract so many funds in Romania. I have so many investors from other countries talking about the fact that they want to invest in Romania, but our, let's say, business environment is not safe. And the way we change laws and how we change laws and what is happening in our country is something that they are not attracted to. And it is a pity, because we have such a great potential in so many areas: agriculture, tourism, I don't know, women entrepreneurship. We have a lot of women entrepreneurs in Romania. So public policies, I think unity is the key. Let's have a draft of policies. Let's talk with our authorities. Let's become a voice for the business environment, and we will have so many results. Even though it's easy, I'm sure about it. But we can start, and we can improve the way we are approaching, let's say, this negotiation. It is a negotiation after all. And another important challenge I have been seeing is the existence of networks and connections. Well, it's easy and hard at the same time, and I will tell you why. As an entrepreneur, you cannot build your business alone. You will need to go out there, you will need to be part of many networking groups, many business clubs, organization, association. I am part of a lot of groups, even though I have my own group. But the more you are expanding your networking opportunities, the more your business expands. And how you do that, and we don't have this culture in Romania, and sometimes I've seen in Europe as well. Well, it is a win-win partnership. You cannot go in networking events and expect for people to help you if you don't offer your support as well. And as well, you cannot go in networking events, take the business cards, and then put the business cards on your office desk and wait for them to call you. So you have to develop a habit of doing networking in a proper way. Introduce yourself, see what the people in front of you has as an activity, find a way to help him, and set up a partnership with people with whom, not all of them, you have as partners, but you can identify, or we can identify, let's say 10 or 20 people with whom to create a closer partnership and help each other to grow our business. It can be businesses who has a complementary activity. They complement your activity. For example, if I have a PR agency, I can work with a accountant agency, for example, or a business consultancy agency, or I don't know, other type of services. But in Romania, for example, a lot of entrepreneurs stay back home, and they think it's so hard to build a business. Business means people are not in the office. You have to go out there, you have to build a network. Of course, you have to build your own network around you with partnership providers and so on. So this is another challenge I've seen, and of course there are a lot of solutions. Let me think. Another challenge I know there is out there is regarding to the fees and administrative barriers. Well, let me tell you that in Romania we don't have taxes, and I say that because I know countries in which the taxes are 40 or 45% from your business. So imagine that you have a business and the state will take 40 or 45% from your business. So it's not a problem that we have. The problem is that we change our taxes and our administrative fees so often, and we don't have the time to prepare a plan B for our business. As well, what I've seen in the Romanian entrepreneurship, they don't have a budget. They don't save budgets. So when something happens, we are up in the air because we don't know what to do. We don't have the money. We don't have a plan B. So structure and let's say a exit plan. If something happens, you need to have a plan B for your business. And as well, we need to find a way to communicate with the government and to see what ways we can find for them to announce us with more time for us to be able to prepare a plan B for our business. What else do I know? Of course, that at the end, I would love to say that we need to collaborate more. We need to go out and find people with whom to create partnerships. And we need to have everyday networking activity for our business. It is important. And as well, we need to maybe to think bigger. There are so many investment opportunities. I have so many investment funds reaching me and saying, we have so much money, but our entrepreneurs are not, and I don't refer only to about Romania, but SMEs are not applying for funding. And then how can you build a business if you lack the funds to build it? You cannot work 20 hours per day and imagine that you will be able to grow your business alone. You need a team, and the team will have to be paid. You need to implement procedures and structure in your business. You need to hire maybe seniors in your business for your business to grow. So let's say these are some of the ideas I found interesting to share with you. And I would love to know your opinions and whatever you think is useful for our discussion.
Thank you very much, Bianca. If anybody has any questions, you can use the raise your hand option or simply type the question in the chat.
I have a question.
In the meantime, please unmute Bianca. Oana, sorry.
Bianca, I totally agree with everything you said. And I know you've also tried to open an elite business women group here in Constanta, from where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's not available. My question was about your business. I was curious if you have an online network with access for people from all the cities, all the countries to interact in this period, because from what I know, elite business women was working like this only at local level most of the time. The meetings were at local level, like in a town in particular. But I was curious if you have now meetings, online meetings with access for everybody from all over the world, all over the countries.
Yes, and I'm really happy to see your question. So when the pandemic started, we started to organize a lot of online events, and the online events are open for all cities in Romania. We have events for Romania, and we have international events monthly. You can see them displayed on our Facebook page at the event section. For example, now in January, we have tomorrow the first event for Romania, Elite Cafe. On the 22nd of January, the next week, we have Leaders Meetup. It is for our international community. And on the 28th, we have as well for Romania, the first, let's say, business panel of 2021. So this is more, let's say, with a business approach. But yes, you can find us online at least 1 or 2 times per month, and it is an open event for everyone. not only from Romania, but also from other countries. One is in Romanian, the other one is in English.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Great, thank you.
With your plans.
Thank you as well.
Thank you, Oana. Before we go on, I would like to give a special thanks to Bianca. She has been with us from day one of the project implementation and is a member of the advisory board of the stakeholder group within the Women in Business project. Thank you again, Bianca, for sharing
Thank you
your
so much.
experience, for sharing your point of view, and for the attention that you give and the implication that the devotion that you have for fostering female entrepreneurship at an international level, we may say. And we hope that more men and women follow your example and do the same thing, or at least share their ideas so that we can grow more as a society.
Thank you.
The next speaker for today is Oana YÜCEL. She's a trainer and coach. And without further ado, Oana, you have the floor.
Hi, everybody. Thanks a lot, Cristian, and thanks for the invitation. I'm really happy to be here with you today. I also have a presentation. I think it will be easier for you also to follow me like this. So I will share it on screen. It's okay. Can everybody see it?
Yeah, it can be seen.
Okay, great. So today I will talk about mindset and qualities of an entrepreneur because I think that they are important, and the first thing that I had to change in myself to become an entrepreneur was my mindset. That was like my biggest challenge, let's say. So I would like to talk about that. First of all, I'm a coach and trainer, as Cristian said, and a young entrepreneur because I've started my business 1.5 years ago, delivering coaching and training services, but fully committed to my business starting last summer. And I think that was my best decision in my life because working like 100% and full time on my business changed my mentality, changed my way of seeing things, and my dedication for my business, of course. So I work especially with entrepreneurs and people in leadership positions, and I deliver in topics such as personal development, leadership, and communication. And I'm also a co-author of a free guide entitled Happiness Rich at Work, about organizational culture and human resources processes. And I think it's useful for small and medium-sized companies, startups, entrepreneurs, or just human resources people. So if you need it, you can just contact me. I will leave my personal information at the end, and I will gladly give it to you. Entrepreneurial mindset. I think that when you master the entrepreneur mindset, you begin to accomplish more goals than you ever imagined. At least this happened in my case. When I've started to shift my way of thinking, I became more creative. I've started to see opportunities all around me. As Bianca said before, networking is my first priority on my agenda. So I became more open, I think. And anyone can learn to act like an entrepreneur. It's not like rocket science. You have to build some habits and learn some business hacks. But you also have to work a lot. It's not easy, but you can learn them. So entrepreneurial mindset is a way of thinking that enables you to overcome challenges, to be decisive, to accept responsibility for your outcomes. It doesn't matter if they are good or bad, you are responsible for them. And it is a constant need to improve your skills, learn from your mistakes, because for sure you will make mistakes. And that's the best part. I will usually say, go fail and go fast to do that, because you will learn faster. And take consciousness action on your ideas. So when you have an idea, don't stop thinking there just over your idea. Go and do something with your idea and take action. So anyone willing to do the hard work can develop an entrepreneurial mindset. I have a question for you because I like to interact with people. So I have a question. Which is the biggest killer of the entrepreneurial mindset in your opinion? You can just open your mics and tell me one thing that you think is the biggest killer of the entrepreneurial mindset. And after that, I will tell you mine. Someone is responding in the chat. Procrastination. Yeah, Bianca, it's a good one. Usually my clients, from time to time, they have this problem. And also I'm not saying they are the only one. Fear of failure. I think this is a national problem, at least in Romania. Trust, yeah. Because we are not taught at school, as Bianca said. Okay, I agree. Teachers have a good and important role in our lives. But if you fail here at an exam, it's like the end of the world when you are a child. And this is not. Really, this is not. And when you become a grown-up, you have to change your mindset. You have to learn to think in a different way. Financial risks. Yeah, that is also true. Thanks a lot for your answers. As I said, I will tell you which is my biggest killer, which I think is my biggest killer of the entrepreneurial mindset. Doubt in ourselves, in our surroundings, in our abilities, and self-doubt kills many dreams long before any external factors can come into play. So it's not failure, it's not the economy, it's not the pandemic or bad ideas, because I think that in this last months, people used this excuse, oh, it's the pandemic, our businesses, they're not good. No, I think that was one of my greatest period in my time, at least in my business, because I've so many opportunities open to me, and I work now with clients from all over the country, maybe in the future from other countries too, I don't know yet. So in my case was doubt. At least it took me 1 year to convince myself, okay, I don't need a part-time job as an employee. I just need to focus only on my business if I want to grow. So yeah, in my case was doubt. And 5 characteristics of entrepreneurship that I've discovered, and I totally agree with them, are decisiveness, confidence, accountability, resilience, and humility. So decisiveness means to take action. I have something. Not receiving. Okay. Your ability as a decision maker will make or break your future success. When you don't or you can't decide what to do, you just delay taking action. In other words, you do nothing. So being decisive takes practice to master, and it begins with small decisions in your business or your daily life. I like to give an example like this. For example, if it takes too long for you to decide what to eat at lunch between salad and beef, just take a quick decision. Don't overthink, just do it. Because if you overthink, I think you will starve and you will get hungrier and hungrier. So yeah, just practice how to make good fast decisions, and they will not always be good, but you will learn and you will do something at least. Confidence. Ooh. How can you act confident? I say fake it until you make it. Yeah, you are not born confident, but if you do it long enough and act like a confident person, you will become a confident person, because look confident and being confident are really 2 different things. acting confident while getting on a stage to give a speech to a packed room, which happened to me. Even when my hands were a little bit shaking, it's essential to learn the art of public speaking in my case. And I think in everyone's cases, because at some point when you are an entrepreneur, you have to speak in front of others, even if it's only in front of your team. So pretending that you are good at something will enable you to do it confidently enough times until you become good at it. So fake it until you make it. Accountability. This, at least in Romania, for sure, it's a national problem. To take accountability. I don't know if it's an international problem, but here, at least when I talk with my clients, they are asking for two types of trainings, first of all, communication and ownership and accountability, because these are their main struggles, let's say, with their company, with their teams in their company. So the entrepreneurial mindset comes from taking responsibility for your actions and your outcomes. You need to internalize and accept that if you didn't do it yet. Everything that happens at work, it's your responsibility. Every time. Everything that happens to your business, it's your responsibility. Whether you succeed or fail, it is your responsibility. Always. Not your team, not your mother, husband, pandemic, weather. No, you are responsible for all of these things. So nobody cares how little time you have, if you have or you don't have money, or if you have or you don't have external support to reach your goals. All that matters is what you do right now to find your success, to reach success. So hold yourself accountable even when you aren't to blame, and take action to fix the problem. I don't know, when you are calling, for example, your internet is not working, and the people the person that you are talking is saying, oh yeah, your payment wasn't registered, there is a problem. You don't care about that. You just want your problem to be fixed. You don't want them to find excuses. You just want them to help you and resolve it. And this also happened in my business. I don't go to my clients and say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't deliver it in time. No, it was more responsible. I will have to find a solution if that happens. Resilience, or how to adapt. We were talking a few years ago about IQ, which means intelligence. Then we talked about EQ, which means emotional intelligence. And now we talk about AQ, which is about adaptability. So if you don't adapt, you will die. Your business will die. Technology is moving really fast, and we have to also move fast. We have to make fast decisions, to take fast decisions. We have to adapt like we did with this pandemic. So we just need to constantly correct against external forces, or we will never reach our destination. The only people who don't make mistakes are the ones who don't do anything. So if you don't try, you will never know what you will do. That's for sure. Humility. I think all entrepreneurs have sometimes bigger egos. At least this happens sometimes, also in my case. But we have to practice humility, because humility is freedom from pride or arrogance, and it ties all of the characteristics of entrepreneurship that I mentioned before. So if you want to accomplish big things in life, you need to be willing to learn from others. And to do big things, you need to grow, and to grow, you need to learn. Bianca said before, that's why I said I totally agree with her her opinion. You need to learn from people who are already doing what your business is about. You don't go, as Bianca said, to your family, I don't know, husband, friends, or to people that they have no results in those businesses. You go to work and to find mentors and to work with coaches, with people that already have results. For example, my business, it's at the beginning, it's a small one for now, but I try to learn, and I'm learning from people that have results in their business. They have millions of dollars per year. I don't go to work with someone that has zero or like the same amount of money I make every year or every month. That will never help me and will also never help you. And as a coach, I try to help people and change their mindset and to be open and to think big, because if you think small, you will have small results because you are the limit of your business. You as a person, you put limits to your business. If you grow as a person, your business will grow also. So if you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. I usually say if I'm the smartest person at the table, I usually leave the table. Yeah. I like to surround myself, and I have collaborators that are really good in what they are doing, that they are better than me, because I don't like to have people that only receive my advices or what I tell them to do. I want to have people that also teach me and from which I can learn new things and in new areas. So I still have 5 minutes, Christian. Qualities of a leader or an entrepreneur, because I think an entrepreneur is also a leader. There are many. Here are just a few, but I'm sure that there are many. Character, charisma, communication, courage, generosity, initiative, passion, positive attitude, troubleshooting, responsibilities, self-discipline, learning, vision, competence, and so on. I have a top 3 qualities of entrepreneur and leaders, and I am curious. You don't have to tell me 3 qualities, but at least one quality that you think it's very important for a leader or an entrepreneur, as some of you are already are. So just one quality. How do you think an entrepreneur or a leader should be to do things? Perseverance. Okay, yeah, it's really good. Okay, thanks. Someone else answered. Courage, discipline, vision. Yeah, the vision. I like the vision. Commitment. Only the leader has the vision. Sometimes I talk to people and they tell me, "Wanna help me find my vision?" No, no. You are the only one who can find your vision. I can help you with many other things, but not finding your vision. You have to look inside of you. Yep. Risk taking, yes. Thanks a lot for your answers. As I said, I will tell you my top 3 qualities of a leader entrepreneur, which I've discovered from 3 questions that usually people ask leaders when they follow them. It's like, do you care about me? And this quality is about attitude, because attitude is a matter of choice. Can you help me? And this is about competence. You need to bring results. You need to show people that they can rely on you because you bring results in the company, and you need to be there for your team whenever they need them. They need you. So, and the third question is, can I trust you? And this is about character. People usually do not have control over many things, but they can choose their character all the time. This is something that I've discovered, and you also have control over your actions. Yeah, you cannot control the surroundings, but you can control your decisions and your actions. Now, if you have questions for me, I'm here to answer. I don't know about anything about challenges that you may have, or how you overcome some limits that you have in your mind. I am here for you. What made you start as an entrepreneur? Thanks, Bianca, for your question. My passion. I've discovered that I've discovered my real passion, let's say, because I have experience in sales and management and human resources. But for more than 3-4 years now, I've started to deliver trainings and coaching. And I've discovered that this is the area where I'm really passionate about and I can add more value to people. So when I've started to deliver trainings and coaching, I've started like in the company or as a volunteer. And in time, I've discovered that I can do this also on my own. As I said, it took me 1 year to just concentrate 100% on my business. But the feedback is good. And when I see like my clients are overcoming their limits, like they're they thank you for changing my mindset for now, I'm really happy about that. And if I can help them, that's my main focus. So my passion helped me to become an entrepreneur. What is one small or big habit an entrepreneur should implement not now to grow? I think, because I talk about that, overcome your limits and don't put limit to your way of thinking. Bianca, you said that and I liked it because I usually use it. Think big, don't put limits. You say that, oh, I want to start something, but I want it to be really, really small, the smallest thing that I could ever do. No, I want to start something. And action, action is very important. The first thing is action because you have to do that thing. And after that, think big. Like, don't put limits. I always say my target this year or this month for now is this. I don't know what will be my target after 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, or I want to reach in 3 years, I don't know, $1 million. I'll give you an example, but that's for 3 years. After 3 years, I don't know how my mindset will be. I don't know how my new consciousness will be. Maybe at that point I will think 10 million, 100 million. I don't know. So don't put limit to your way of thinking, and take action all the time. Take action.
Thank you, Bianca, for your questions. If there are any more questions, please write them down in the question answer in the chat, or keep them for the end of the meeting where we will have the question section.
Okay.
Thank you again, Oana. As
you.
many have said before, and I'm sure that many will keep saying, participating at networking events or getting involved in various projects is very important. One of the benefits of, or my personal benefits of participating in this project and projects similar to this is meeting people like Oana. I can say that Oana is one of the young professionals that knows how to create, to foster actually an environment for the growth as a personal and business growth. And that's something that's not very often, that you can meet very often in today's professional environment. So congratulations, Oana, for what you're doing, and thank you for your help as well in the project and in general.
Thanks a lot. Here's my email. As I said before, if you want to have access to that guide, I will give it to you. Bye.
Thank you, Oana, and have a wonderful day as well. The next speaker today is Ms. Cornelia ROTARU. She's the president of ADAF Romania. She has been with us as well from the start of the project. And she has a very interesting project that I know that everybody will like. Ms. ROTARU, can you hear us?
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Now, just a minute to launch my. Okay. Thank you very much for invitation to present our project, which represents a work of 20 months. The title of the project was Get Involved in Public Policies for the Business Environment. I am representing Association for Women Entrepreneurship Development, abbreviation in Romanian ADAF. This association was established in 2001 with the mission of supporting and promoting women entrepreneurship in the context of applying gender equality. Our association implemented 16 entrepreneurial development projects through 118 training for 2,540 people and established 154 startups. Our association is authorized provider of vocational counseling and labor mediation. Also is an international partner.
Rotaru, could you share screen so we can see the presentation?
No. I will share. So we are international partners of World Economic Forum from Geneva. Part of our activity was devoted to carry out studies about the integration of women in business and on the labor market. Why the approach of the project? In our activity as the manager of Romanian Chamber of Commerce, as well as managing the association, we have identified that the association and social partners are not participating very deeply, very hardly in proposal to the public policies. And there are two directions identified. The need to increase the capacity of association to engage in the development of alternative policy proposal, support the entrepreneurship as a factor of economic growth. And on the other hand, the needs of entrepreneurs for a friendly, transparent, and open business environment with reduced time and low costs. What are the main NGOs' needs, or what are the barriers faced to participate to propose public policies? Lack of knowledge, abilities, and skills on the legislative process. Involvement of a small number of NGOs in the development of the alternative proposal to the public policies. The presence of civil society in the legislative debates is often reduced as participation and insignificant as interventions. Lack of knowledge of advocacy, of tools that can be used democratically to promote and support alternative proposals to public policies. Lack of staff specialized in public policies at the level of NGOs and social partners. Lack of financial resources to train specialized staff to create and maintain structures dedicated to public policies. The permanent staff generally is reduced in association, and the activities are carried out on a voluntary basis by members. Another need, the lack of associative culture of entrepreneurs, especially those from micro and small enterprises, with effect on the NGO representativeness, financial and human resources, and on the ability to address issues on public decision. The general objective of the project was increasing the capacity of NGOs and social partners for the development of alternative proposals to public policies for business. Facilitating the development of entrepreneurship through the active involvement of associative structure in improving decision-making process aimed at citizens and the business environment, strengthening the role of civil society in constantly contributing to analysis, evaluation, and formulation of alternative proposals to public policies, monitoring and evaluation of administrative procedures for business in order to reduce the bureaucracy and simplify the relationship of the administration with the citizens and entrepreneurs. What was the added value of the project? What we proposed to solve within this project? Assessing the needs to increase the capacity of NGOs and social partners to formulate and develop alternative proposals to public policies for business. An online opinion survey with 200 respondents was conducted. Elaboration of the study, administrative barriers for business initiation and development, and online opinion survey with 300 respondents was developed as well. Increasing the awareness of 400 people from NGOs and social partners regarding the impact of their involvement in public business policies in the application of equal opportunities and sustainable development by organizing 8 regional information workshops. Developing the knowledge and skills of human resources of NGOs and social partners for 160 participants through training courses on the process of developing public policies. Developing the practical skills of NGOs in social and civic dialogue by developing alternative solutions to public policies for business. Elaboration of alternative public policy at the single register of enterprise control, the key issue of the project. Promoting the proposal by disseminating it to public control institutions, advocacy actions, debate in 8 regional focus groups with over 150 participants, organization of an opinion survey among SMEs and employers organizations. Developing the capacity of NGO and social partners to formulate independent tools for monitoring public policies for business by organizing 8 regional focus groups. Developing the associative capacity of the target group by creating an informal coalition for a business-friendly environment and to set up 3 sectoral thematic networks to ensure the sustainability of the project and to develop new action to simplify the administrative procedure for business. Promoting the public-private partnership of NGOs and social partners with the administration in concrete activities to promote and implement public policies for business. The project target group in terms of science and structure, it included 176 people who directly benefited from training courses and practical activities. The structure was over 50% employees and 49.42 volunteers. In terms of structure by participant organizations, the majority, 79% representing NGOs, 80.2% representing employers associations, chambers of commerce, and a small percent, 2.8%, representing unions. Regarding gender structure, we can see the great share of women, 70.45%, and territorial distribution in each development region. We had at minimum 20 people target group. We paid a great attention to the training courses because one of the main need of NGOs and social partners is lack of knowledge, skills and abilities. The training course contains 3 modules with a total duration of 56 hours. The module 1, how to develop a public alternative policy, present the development process of one decision, or the module 2, how to advocate an alternative proposal to public policies, and the module 3, how to independently monitor public policies in business. 16 sessions of trainings were organized in 8 regions. The training included also 2 important issues: equal opportunities and gender equality, as well as prevention of all forms of discrimination. And the second issue, very important, sustainable development, dealing with environmental protection, biodiversity conservation, selective waste collection, renewable resources, investment in education and health, ecological reconstruction after disaster. The training was interactive and case studies were presented. Now, as I mentioned before, the main issue of this project was to propose and get the acceptance of public institutions of alternative proposal to the public policy. Our proposal was focused on the single control register for enterprises. This control register operates based on law, very old one, from 2003. According to this law, each enterprise is obliged to buy from the fiscal body a printed register that is filled in manually by the control bodies and the control bodies that verify an enterprise branch subsidiary. The proposal consists in eliminating the manual printed control register and replacing it with a national online platform. The alternative policy proposal was published on the ADAF website, sent to the target group, and debated in 8 regional focus groups. It was also sent to almost 50 public control institutions, employers associations, professional associations, SMEs. The proposal was accepted by the General Secretariat of the Government, by the Ministry of Finance, National Fiscal Body, the National Sanitary Veterinary Agency, the State Inspectorate for Constructions, several Territorial Labor Inspectorate, Agency for SMEs, Prahova County, National Agency for Equal Opportunities. We have received the recommendation, and also the control public institutions express their willingness to collaborate in the implementation of the proposal. So we are now trying to find solutions for continue this activity and to implement the proposal. During the preparation of the proposal, we have done also an SMS test. The test was based on a questionnaire completed online by SMEs for aiming to evaluate the current control system and to collect opinions on the alternative public policy proposal. Respondents highlighted critical points like inappropriate behavior of some control bodies, large number of repeated controls by some institutions, higher share of unannounced controls, non-application in many cases of the law of prevention at the first deviation. Concerning the opinions on the public policy proposal, 84% agree with the proposal, 88% agree with the usefulness of checking the history of the controls before planning a new control, and 91.5% agree with the application of the law of prevention at the first deviation. Now, for assuring the sustainability of the project in the next period, we have set up several instruments, tools. One of them is Coalition for a Business-Friendly Environment. This coalition is an associative framework to ensure the permanence of the NGO's actions to simplify administrative procedures for business. It is a temporary association without legal personality, non-profit structure, political independence. It aims to pursue common goals and to provide member organizations with a framework for cooperation and mutual support, a common voice, representative and credible in advocacy campaigns at local or national level. The coalition was initiated by our association. It has now 13 founding members, and we are happy that, one of the founding members is the Employers Association of SMEs Constanta. You have here the coalition Facebook page. It's open to the NGOs, social partners, by registering on the Facebook page. Another tools is consisting in 3 thematic networks as a tool for the development of the associative capacity of the target group. We set up 3 networks. One network is of startups established by Minimis Aid to ensure the sustainability during pandemic period by identifying solutions, solidarity between SMEs, and support through measures of central and local public administration. I would like to provide a few details. Our association implemented 4 projects and set up with state aid a number of 60 startups. So these startups started to work during pandemic period. And now they are facing a lot of challenges, and they need some help. They need from the central or local public administration. They need to enter in networking. They have to find the solutions to survive on the market. The second network is devoted to enterprise control activities in order to simplify the procedures and improve the legislation according to the digitalization of the control evidence. So we set up this network because we want to continue our work and to finalize our proposal in order to change the legislation, because the legislation from 2003 is not adequate to the period of, or to the era of digitalization. To print, to write manually in a register in order to use online procedures and the tools is a nonsense. Secondly, we have to simplify the procedures and to answer to all the problems presented in the study carried out by the companies. The control activities, you know, in Romania are over 38 control institutions. Some of them are doing parallel activities controls, and there are a lot of issues that can be and must be improved. Another network is related on labor relations, aiming to simplify the legislative framework on labor relations and adaptation to the new conditions imposed by the pandemic context, because new categories of work, online, telework, work at home. There are a lot of terms, a lot of, and the definitions are not very clear in the legislation. So we consider that it's necessary to be involved in clarify all this labor relation in the pandemic context and after pandemic context. Thank you for your time. You have here our contact data and also Facebook page where you can find a lot of presentation and images during the implementation of the project. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rotaru. Are there any questions regarding her presentation? In the meanwhile, once again, thank you, Ms. Rotaru, for the devotion that you have given for fostering and supporting female entrepreneurs in the past years and continuously now. We are pleased to say that her current project is also similar to, or has a similar goal to ours, and the implication and the results of the project will have a big impact for, especially for female entrepreneurship, but for all entrepreneurs in Romania. And that's something that will help us all. And it's a very nice change of pace. At the end of the event, after the presentation will be uploaded, we will also have all the contact information for the participants in the video description. If there are no questions, we will move forward to the next speaker for today. Once again, thank you, Ms. Rotaru. And I would like to invite Ms. Corina DRAGOMIRESCU. She's the founder and current vice president of the Advocacy Academy. She's a professionist in lobby and advocacy. And without further ado, I will give her the word. Ms. DRAGOMIRESCU. Please unmute yourself. Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to discuss with you and share my experience in public policy and respond to these main questions, why we need public policy for businesses. So I'm Corina DRAGOMIRESCU. I have a background of entrepreneur. I will explain you why I was chosen to discuss with you this subject, public policy, the need for public policy for businesses, sharing with you some ideas from my background. I worked as a young engineer in a research institute for electronics. I have a diploma in engineering. And I worked there a lot of projects and I developed a lot of projects in electronics. So these characteristics for me is I am a creative person. So I like to create something and see what I created is working. And this background make me in 1990 to develop a private company in electronics and signalistics, electronic signalistics. And I experienced entrepreneurship a lot of time. But because I have a research background, I'd like to see more experience in my life, and I let my company to be managed by my friends, and the company is working also today. I keep for me only the vision of the company and then the strategic guidelines, and then all my friends are going to grow this company. But I experience working in association. I was member in a private entrepreneur association in Timișoara, and I also was a member and also in the board in the Chamber of Commerce in Timișoara. And on those times, I experienced a lot how to work in an association, a business association. And I have seen there all obstacles of entrepreneurs regarding the legislation. And we worked a lot to understand how we could do, how we could influence the public policies, the decision maker to make our environment more friendly for businesses. And from this reason, we had an opportunity, and we setting up an think tank organization named the Advocacy Academy. As you know, I'm the vice president of this organization. This organization aiming to reach excellence in influencing public policy, influencing decision makers in a transparent manner. And for this reason, we assist and we train and we develop public policies for different organizations, and we help them to be a powerful voice in relation with decision making from the local level to national level and even in international level. We had the opportunity to be chosen to be member in European Social and Economical Council for 10 years, and we have an European experience how to consult civil society at the European level on different proposal for regulation made by European Commission and European Parliament. And we understood a lot why it's important to develop public policies for not only for businesses, but in this event for businesses. And I want to share with you some ideas about public policies in this event. So if we agree, we as businesses represent the economic army of a nation, of a state, of a community. It doesn't matter for an environment. If we agree, we could be an economic army, let's say, having the division of women entrepreneurs, let's say. We know, as Oana said, and not only Oana, Bianca too, we have the courage to overpass obstacles. We have the initiative, we have the creativity as entrepreneurs, and we are not afraid to explore the unknown, let's say. Imagine we want to explore a forest and we have only a knife. Of course, if we have only a knife, we need a lot of time to explore the forest. But if we have infrastructure, if we have something organized by the public institution, we could explore the forest more faster. Let's say this is the idea of the public policy. We need public policy to have a friendly environment to develop businesses, because businesses means the growth of the nation, the welfare of the nation. And if we are aware about that, we understand we need to have a friendly environment to develop our ideas, to show our courage to explore the unknown and to growth. And if we agree that, we could ask ourselves, what kind of option do we have? What kind of option do we have to develop public policies? First of all, we have to understand the decision maker doesn't listen only one entrepreneur. The public decision, the decision maker, the public policies look for a majority, for a need in society. So for this reason, we have to be organized in association, and not only in associations, the associations themselves have to make coalition, to have representativity, to make a unique voice in relation with the decision maker. In this respect, we have to be aware about our membership in the association. We have to help the association to growth, and to be a voice in the community, and to be a voice at the national level regarding other in relation with other organizations. And the first step as an option to involve in public policy, the first step is to monitor and interfere with the public policies made by our government, our ministries, in the local level by our city hall, or at Judith's level, county level, by our county council, let's say. To monitor and interfere, it's not easy, but it's on our hand, let's say. We could do it at a level or of an organization, but we have to get involved in it. We have to have a short train to find the best indicator and the best methodology to monitor. It depends about the target we have to monitor, and we could do it on our own as an organization. We have to know, and we have to have in mind in each country, democratic country, the first regulation of the official elected mandate is their program of governance. And this program of governance is the first regulation. It could be found in the official monitor of each country. And this program show us what what the government have in mind to do on its mandate. And if we are interested regarding the development of public policy in businesses, we could look on this program and see what the government is thinking on this direction during its mandate. The program of governance is split in annual plan for action by the Prime Minister Chancellery, or in our country, the General Secretariat of the Government. And it's split in annual plan of action. So our SMEs ministries has a plan starting with 1st January or 2021, let's say, because we have the new government now. And we as an organization and also as a citizen, we could ask using free access to information law, we could ask on our ministry or of the Prime Minister Chancellery to send us their plan of action for 2021. And in this plan of action, we could see what it will be happen in our SME ministry during this year. And we could monitor if they will put in practice or not this plan of action. This means monitoring and interfering. We have also transparency law in Romania, and I'm sure a lot of other countries have. As I know, not many countries. When I had the experience in Brussels, I discussed about this transparency public administration law, and I have seen a lot of Western countries do not have such a law, and they envy us we had it. It's another story how we have it. And I will share with you later if you want to, why we have such a wonderful law for civil society. The transparency public administration law said each proposal, each project of regulation has to be put in public consultation with the stakeholders. We have to monitor when they put in a public consultation, the SME minister will put in public consultation what they have in mind to develop our environment for businesses. And we could interfere in this public consultation. And we have a lot of tools to interfere in a transparent manner with officials and public servants to express our and to involve ourselves and to express our new proposal or what we consider is not good in their project. So well, the first step to involve ourselves is to monitor and interfere with public bodies regarding our interest, business environment. This is one of a direction. The second one is to elaborate and propose alternative public policies, as Cornelia discussed before. This means we have to organize ourselves as an organization, to have a database of experts, to collect information from our members regarding their needs for public policies, and to try to put in a format, in a specific format understood by administration, our ideas. This means to elaborate and to propose public policies. For that reason, we have to be aware as an organization and to understand we have to organize in our internal staff how to collect continuously information from our members regarding their needs for public policies, for changing regulation, and some regarding the interference with public officials. So for creating a friendly environment. So this is one important issue we have to organize in the organization, to collect information, to analyze and process it in order to be prepared to develop public policy, alternative public policy, or opinions to the public policies the decision makers did it before and put them in public consultation. So my main advice to business organization and also for women business organization is to organize themselves and in order to represent their members with decision making and develop professional skills to interfere with decision makers and begin to monitor what they think about the business environment and interfere with them and propose your opinions and recommendation to be as you have as you need to be your business environment. This is my advice for you. And well, I want it to be short, not to. I know you are tired to hear a lot of speakers, and that's why if you have questions and want to develop something more in this respect, I'm here to answer to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Dragomirescu. If there are any questions for Ms. Dragomirescu, please use the raise your hand function, and I will unmute you to enable to answer to put your question, or you can use the chat function. In the meanwhile, I would like to thank Ms. Dragomirescu for her involvement in improving public policy and legislation within Romania, especially for the business environment. And I would also like to thank her for the long-lasting collaboration that we have had with our organization in advocacy projects, lobby projects, and not only those. If there are no other questions, we will be entering the next phase of our event, the discussion and question section. Thank you again, Ms. Dragomirescu. Now, are there any questions for our today's speakers or any subjects that you would like to discuss today?
I'm sure they want to share their experience and their needs, so let them discuss what they want.
Yeah. Until we have any questions, I would like to say that each of the speakers today have brought up very important aspects of entrepreneurship and the current and future state of the business environment in Romania and at the national and at an international level. There are many ways to get involved in entrepreneurship, either by supporting it and providing support services, by getting involved and starting your own businesses. As Oana has said earlier, doubt is one of the main killers of entrepreneurship in Romania. And having access to knowledge and seeing that there are many people that are involved, especially many strong and powerful role models for female entrepreneurship that can be followed, is something that should be promoted a lot more among young women at all levels, really. I would also like to mention that within the Women in Business project, there have been certain outputs that are available to the public, especially the transnational state of female entrepreneurship within the 9 Danube regions. It is available on the Women in Business website. And of course, the Good Practices Handbook. Within that Good Practices Handbook, everybody can find examples of either good businesses or projects, public policies, or other organizations that have had great success in fostering female entrepreneurship. If there are no other questions, or if somebody has something else they would like to add. If not, then I will remind everybody the event is recorded and will be uploaded within the next week on the Women in Business YouTube channel. And thank you very much, everybody, for participating today, and thank you very much to all the speakers for your help and support in organizing this event. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Thank you, Cristian. Thank you, Iulian.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.